So here we are in the studio, ready for another lesson. Now I'm going to be working on the area of water in the foreground here. As you can see, painting's looking pretty similar to the reference photograph. We do just use that as reference. I'm not copying it so faithfully that it's on the hyper-real scale for this painting. We're just trying to get realism. So I'm going to work on that water. As you can see in the reference photograph, there's loads of detail in there, loads of stones, little areas of light shining on the surface. There's a few more rocks in there as well, which I haven't done. I'm not sure whether I'll put all of the rocks in, but today I'm going to do as much of that as I can to show you how I do it. So, once again, this is the blocking, completely dry. I'm going to be going over the top of this now, adding the details. So, hopefully, as you can see here, all the individual little rocks on the waterbed there, a riverbed, on the riverbed. And what I'm going to do first of all, I think, I've spent a little bit of time looking at it, trying to work out the best way of doing it. I'm going to add the darks, very much as you can see here, and then I'll add the lights to that afterwards. So I'm going to work on the areas of reflection of the trees. So it's going to be this area here and this area here. Then we'll move over to that afterwards. So let's darken it up first. Now, the colours that I'm going to be using are titanium white, lamp black, sap green, burnt umber, yellow medium, autumn orange, cerulean blue and violet. And actually, just for you guys, I'm going to put a link on the, or not a link, I'm going to put a code on the screen for 25% off those colours on my website. It's only going to be for a week, so don't miss out on that. But yeah, there's the code. All right, link, by the way, is in the description below. Right, let's get working on this now then. So using this filbert brush, just to give a general darken. I've actually mixed a little bit of linseed, no, sorry, not linseed oil, some liquid original in this as well. That's going to A, help the paint dry quicker, and B, give us a little bit more of a transparent glaze. Okay, now I've darkened that, I'm going to do this side here, adjusting the colour just a little bit because I want the darker areas in here to be more of a brown than we have over here, where it's a little bit more of a green. Okay, so now that's darkened, I'm going to start adding the lighter rocks. And I'm going to change, I'm going to probably stay, just for the moment, we're going to test it with the filbert, the Series 10, size 0, so it's a slightly smaller one. So the technique is just to get sort of quite skinny lines of different sizes and different lengths, so little dots, little longer areas of stone under the waterline there. Okay, so as you can hopefully see, we're starting to get there. The colours here in the video, as I'm looking at the monitor, are coming out slightly darker than they actually are. This is a little bit lighter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this a very gentle blend with the mop blender. I'm going to then add a few little darker areas where we get some shadows in there, and then I'll continue adding the lights. And then with the mop blender, just very gently, just no pressure at all really, just brushing over the paint that we put in place. And I'm literally only just using the very end of that brush. Okay, and now another gentle blend, but we're starting to build up on the lighter colours, and I'm pretty pleased with that. There's loads still to do in that area, the little flecks of light. There's a few rocks that are sitting proud of the surface, which I may or may not do, or maybe I'll do some of them, not 100% sure yet. But now we've done that, we're going to do the same thing on this side here. Okay, so we're now going to just soften this area once again with the fan blender. So being really gentle, just brushing over the top. Okay, now we've done that, I'm going to mix up a darker colour and just add a few more little lowlights in there. Okay, now we've added the darker tones, we're going to blend that as well. Now we've done that, I'm going to go back to the lighter colours again and just add a few highlighted parts in. Okay, so we've got a lot to do with regard to the edge of the waterline there, but we're going to leave that, and obviously there are other things we need to put in, but I'm going to start working now on the area of blue. Going to do it in pretty much the same way as we have with the darker colours and see how that works out. Just going to start to begin with the top half here. So I've gone a little bit darker, so we are trying to get nearer to the shadow areas in the painting here. Obviously the water itself is quite a bit lighter, but let's first of all give that a slight blend. We also have to get the edges right where we get the shadow and the, sorry, not the shadow, the reflection of the trees and the reflection of the sky. But we'll get the lighter areas of rock in place first of all. So it's going to be the same technique basically, just different colours. Still using the Series 10 size 0 filbert brush. And once we've got the riverbed in place and looking correct like here, then we can get these edges correct. So as we're moving closer to the front here, or nearer to the viewer, the colours are becoming slightly more saturated and a little bit nearer to these colours here. So just added some touch of yellow and burnt umber into that mix. Okay, and then as we did with the darker areas, let's give that another blend with the fan blender. This is the Series 11, by the way, so only gentle. So I'm pleased with the way that's working out, so I'm going to now continue working under here, get this area darkened before we then continue with the highlights. Okay, cool. Right, now just to continue then with the highlights. Well, we're getting there with this one. Obviously there's still work to do, but we have got the rocks on the riverbed there in place. There may need to be a little bit of refining to that as well, but I'm pretty pleased with the way that's turned out. So there's going to be the completion of this video in the next YouTube, the completion of this painting in the next YouTube video. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed that. If you do want to continue to watch the rest of this painting unfold, then subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss it. And I think that's everything. Don't forget the code for the paints. There's also, it's linked down below. But yeah, I shall see you when I complete this picture in the next few days. See you soon.